Okay, I can hear people now. Okay, so this was back in the blockchain meta. So if you don't ban blockchain, this is a very, very strong build. Because you have way more minerals on the main and the natural on that map.
I don't know if that's true in the new version.
Really? They reduced it? The
I don't
natural
know.
count? I thought they only modified the middle bases.
No, they did all the edge bases and then the middle as well, but I don't
Oh
know
shit.
if that's it.
Then I mean this build is still really good if your opponent doesn't know how to respond against it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Nowadays people do a lot of 7 fact. He said this is the next step in evolution of 3 base 2-1. It's 2 base 2-1. That's the better.
Wait.
He doesn't do this anymore though.
The baser here?
The base is here.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
This is Gerg.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, because this build just gets rid of all the risk associated with 3 base play. 3 base play, you have to secure your third, where when the Protoss is pressuring it with goons, can do, what do you call it? Dog?
Bulldog.
Bulldog, yeah, Bulldog.
Dog.
Something dog. Yeah, Bulldog, bust, Philip bust. None of the risk, but all the rewards. Or so he says. I remember TT when you first linked it. TT1 was like, "There's no way you can support 7 fact on 2 bases."
Showed him something.
Yeah, you showed him something, right?
New GT1.
This directly counters fast Reaver or fast Shuttle or fast Arbiter.
Wow.
Because this one gets 2 base. It's on 2 base, so there's only limited place for you to prepare recall defense, but you don't even have to because you have EMP at 12. You have 2 EMPs at 12. Actually, I think you had 1 EMP and 1 defensive matrix. Never mind. The reason why he has blockchain. Yeah, he was forced to come out with this because blockchain was such a shitty map. Okay, fine, not shitty. For such a hard map, okay, for Terran. So he was, since the third is really hard to get there, he was thinking of what to do, and then he came up with this. That's how it came to be. Yeah, so just like when 111 became standard for a while, when Gold Rush came out, because you're pretty much forced to go 1-on-1 on Gold Rush, right? Against third. Now the limitation of strategy from blockchain allowed the new meta to evolve. Yeah, he's like, this is why StarCraft is awesome. There's no ending to evolution of meta.
Wow.
So 10 racks, 12 racks.
What's that guy, Dazed?
Dazed? Still meta?
Yeah, let's show him.
13 search. So bunker opener, everything's the same from bunker opener. 10 racks, 12 gas, well 11, whatever. You know what I mean. 12 gas, 13 scout. The same way, anti-nexus first build. This build is really good, particularly good when you're ahead or when you're even, but it's kind of crap when you're behind. So you want to make sure you're not behind. There's also a Rax expand variant. There's two versions actually. There's also Rax expand variant of 2 base 7 fact. It comes out with 190 supply at 12 minutes. Fact expand comes out with 177 or so at 12 minutes. It's you have a little bit more stuff.
빌드를 윤현 형님이 옆에서 보신 바로는 잘 만든대요. 좀 빌드 나오는 능력이 좀 좋은 것 같아. 이거 좀 재능을 많이 받은 것 같아.
Sak kind of popularized this, like something like this, because he did 2-0 on 5 fact, right? Against Protoss. So he borrowed some of the concepts and ideas.
I remember the 205 back though.
Yeah, 205. But so this is kind of like some evolution from that also. So he's giving some credit. He's sourcing, man. He's giving his references,
Yeah.
Citation. There we go.
자, 서프를 이제 대략 완성된 걸로 지어주세요.
Yeah, what's the SCB that built the racks supply?
88에 가스 하나 빼주고
88 minus 1, and then another one, so minus 1. So total minus 2 at 88. 17 marine. So you go 16 factory.
17, 18 XCB 여기까지 찍으면 돼요.
Yeah, 18 SCB.
해야 돼요.
You have to rest the SCB a bit when you're getting factory.
그래도 S자 서치를 해주셔야 됩니다. N자 서치.
Yeah, and search. As I said, as he always goes. For the near spawns and then the cross position. So 3 marines, cause 3 marines beat a dragoon. But then you can cancel it if it's not cross, if it's not near. But then you have to keep making it if it's near position. Yep, 3 marines. Add on before CC. Yeah, so you can move, if you can get out using dragoon's pathfinding. Yeah. Why 3 marines? Good question. Because 1-3 marines can win against dragoon. So 23 CC, 23 supply. Keep having 1 SCB. Yeah. So this is vulture. So you open with vulture, so you can't. So opponent doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, so he can't go like stuff like 1 gate triple and stuff. Keep them honest. Vulture first. Mine. Vulture, mine. So another vulture opener. But instead you're going 7 fact. You have tons of options. After first vulture is out, +2 on gas. Armory right away. This is different from the... That's a little bit different from the drop build, right? Or tank build. You get Academy before, but this one you get... Since you're able to roll out DT with this build, you can just go Academy. I mean, you can just delay Academy a little bit. After Armory. Yeah, just get sneak out to vultures. Yeah, since there's 2 goons contesting the bunker, you can just make a tank. What the fuck is this same high, guys? I think that's Cancer X. That's Cancer X for sure, I think.
Yeah, can't stand that guy.
Yep. The mines are twofold. Dark Templar, dealing with Dark Templar, and also Dragoon. No, so you're able to skip out on Academy. Keep getting those mines in the back. Yeah. Long way around DT. Yeah, since... Oh my god, who's spamming? That's Neon Sword. Wait, this is Neon Sword or Cancer? Okay, so... Since you blocked off all the possible DT exit points, you're free to just skip academy, and then you just with the dragoons that are pressuring your bunker, it's free kills with the tank.
가스를 이제 앞마당 돌아가고 나서 지우시면 돼요. 앞마당 가스는.
So your natural gas only goes up after you're fully saturated with your natural.
돌아가고 나서.
So it should go up right now.
많이 때려놨죠.
Who's he playing against? Brandon?
I think some random guy, but then he killed a lot of Protoss though with this build. So you don't have to worry about it maybe.
빌드가 내가 투팩을 올린 다음에 공일업을 돌리라 했는데 바뀌었어요. 이제 바로 아머리 돌리세요.
Yeah, remember the A rank turn guide on the Academy Armory concept? You get 2 stack before Armory. The new concept is you get fact Armory and then another fact. So yeah, so this is the same flow.
When was the gas?
Gas was after your natural is fully saturated. Like you know how his SCV all had 1 on each? He built gas and now puts 2 in there.
I mean, core 50.
Huh?
Never mind.
Yeah, when you're doing this build, you'll notice that you're very tight on gas. You have to hit every single gas breakpoint. So getting that gas relatively early is very important.
주먹이 완성되자마자. 그럼 아마 죽었을 거야.
Yeah, the dragoons are dead.
이러면 원팩에서 아카데미까. 이러면 원팩에서 아카데미.
Yeah, in this case, academy. Go academy with off of 1 flag because you reduce their dragoon count.
원팩에서 아카데미까지. 공일업 누르고 여러분들.
Yeah, +1 and then academy.
그리고 탱크 찍어요.
No, yeah, you have to never skip tanks with this. Your tank production is your lifeline.
을 맡기면 안 되니까 계속 덮을 짓고.
Yeah, keep building 1 supply. Like your supply depot making should be consistently 1, never blocked.
팩이 아니에요, 여러분들. 팩이 아니고 여기서 시즈 모드.
Okay, from here, instead of going another extra factory, you get a siege mode instead.
물론 때때로 팩이 엄청 빠를 때도 있어요. 근데 지금은 제일 기본적인 거 말씀해 주시는 거예요.
This is just a basic. I mean, depending on what you see, you can get other ones. You can just get second fact first, but then in this case, you want to get factory before. But this is a baseline. This is a baseline guide, like that you can modify off of. It's not set in stone. If you have to get siege here, but you know, your choice.
이러면 되게 안전합니다.
Does he use this ever in spawn game?
Huh?
Did he ever use this against like in spawn match?
He used it like 20 billion times in Rogue back in November. Like Rain called it unbeatable Sagi build and then just didn't. Yeah, he lost like 30 times in a row against this.
Did the blocking?
No, but then he used it against, like he used it to just cause as a response to blockchain being in the map pool. But then he found out that if you can do it on regular maps. So this is how JYJ beat Snow on the qualifiers. What was that? In the ASO qualifier was it or KSO? Either one of them. That's how JYJ killed Snow with this build. It wasn't even close.
Sick. How do you use this build?
Should be good in the should be pretty fucking good in the 4 in the middle. You know? Yeah, siege mode.
이러고 팩 올려주세요.
Yes, siege mode and then second factory.
팩은 뭐 대충 그냥 돈에 맞춰서 가야 돼. 항상 인구수보다.
So don't look at your supply. That's the wrong way to do because you know, he said in the previous video, if you learn by supply, you're never gonna get good because you get thrown off when something goes a wire. You know, you have to go by resource count. So as soon as you get that siege mode and you get 100 gas factory +1.
매칭 계속 찍고
Keep
안 쓰시고
Yeah, you should.
지금은 괜찮은데 맞으시지 말란 얘기예요.
You can. Yeah, you can never like skip a tank here. You can rest a little bit just to squeeze faster second factory out, but then no, you just keep building it.
자, 말고 스캔 달아주고 아니 서킷도 되고 모든 맵에서 돼요.
Scan right away.
다 돼요.
Yeah, he's addressing the question. Is this only possible on Fighting Spirit and blockchain? No, it's on every single map that has natural.
그래서 된다는 거는 모든 맵 다 된다는 얘기예요.
He says if it works on blockchain, it works on every map. You know,
Yeah.
map's bullshit.
또 올려.
Yep, third factory.
그리고 아무리 조금 늦게 지었네요. 제가 조금 더 빨리 지었죠.
Yeah, third factory and starport. He should have built starport a little faster because at 50% you have to build starport.
300까지 올려주세요. 시즈본 됐죠? 바로 골리앗 타워.
Right after siege mode, Goliath range.
스캔은 뿌리지 마세요. 뿌릴 이유가 없어요.
Commander
뿌리지
Reaver
마세요.
over this reinforce it. Very common.
You just block it using your
I
tanks.
mean, like, how common is it?
It's very common. The reason why Academy Armor even came out as a build in first place was because of the Reaver openers.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and then this is the knockdown effect here, because Academy Armory build is so common, nobody goes Reaver after, you know. If they still go Reaver actually, but then that's why he's getting Goliath. He's getting delayed Goliath with range for the speed Reaver. I mean the speed shuttle Reaver.
그럼 LCB 앞마당에 어느 정도 찼잖아. 가스가 밑에 있는 자리야 또. 예를 들어서 11시나
Okay. Okay, see how his natural's fully running right now? So so mineral count in this case is not as important. So you have to sacrifice one SCV if if the gas spawns in the south position, and put one more SCV in the gas for a total of 4 for this build to work. Any other position, you can get away with 3. But if the gas is on the south side, you have to put 4 in.
Fuck, I didn't know it's- Is that any map? Every single
Any map. Oh, yeah, actually, he said Fighting Spirit, but then I assume it's any map, right? Because the SCB moving is about the same in the spawns.
자, 큐아모리.
So after 3 factory, starport goes up, your natural's fully running, 1 more SCB. So and then you go 2 armory right now.
거의 왔습니다.
If starport's almost done. I mean, he says like people are nitpicking in the chat like later on, and he's like, why'd you care so much about that little guy? And he's like, oh, you may not care, but that's what makes the difference from regular pros and me, you know, all the optimization. He's able to get like more supply out at less time.
tanks. Faster vessel.
자, 바로 퍼실리티 주세요.
Yeah, see how the gas numbers like match up right now? It was cut even. He only had like 8 or 16 gas left over after he built the facility.
그리고 에드워 달아주세요.
And add on.
자, 보세요. 여기서 뭐가 중요하냐면 리버 안 썼잖아, 여러분들. 리버 안 썼잖아, 상대가. 리버 안 썼으면 골리앗에서 골리앗 찍지 마세요.
Okay, so in the case that the opponent went Reaver, you have to make 4 Goliath right now. But then since he did not, he skipped Reaver, you only stick with 2 Goliaths in this case and stop. You're gonna fill up rest of it with vultures.
캐빌드 맞아요. 쾌 운영 맞아요.
So this is scan timing 8:20 for this build. So he scanned.
자, 이제 한 100 정도 보이면 스캔 한번 찍어볼게요.
Yeah, so the scan timing is when he has 100 scans. So enough for enough for 4 scans.
보세요, 이제.
Since you're on 2 base, there's no need for you to like scan for so much. You're in very strong defensive position. You're not looking to expand, and you got siege early.
운영 테스트인가?
So he saw what he has. He determines it's just regular. Strong possibility is a regular. Third macro. 3 base macro.
거의 다 됐을 거야. 다 됐죠? 시험을 크게 남긴 다음에 그거 잡아야 돼요, 여러분들.
Okay, the reason why you save your scan here and only have 3 factories up right now with starport is because you have to get the observer. And you don't want to like pretty much say, hey, opponent, I'm doing this build. Yeah? So we have to cut off the observer.
위로 눌러주고
After 2-1, you should have enough gas for 2-1 now because you're on 3 fact and 1 starport.
이쪽을 잡아야 돼.
You have to get observer here. You have to find the observer. It's critical.
떼는 거 이제 나중에 이제 여기서 벌써 스피드
So how to deal with people going greedy? I'm not gonna say it now, I'll do it later. Get vulture speed.
그리고 LCB 시즌
So your machine shop should always be running pretty much.
찍지 말고 3팩에서 막히지 마요. 근데 뱃을 찍는 거 아니야 지금 여러분들. 그거
Okay, even if you have the add-on already there in the start port, it doesn't mean you make vessels now. You
계속 모아 여기서 이제 가스 되는 대로 뭘 하냐 팩토리야 여러분들.
so I mean after say you get your observer here and then like you cut the observer from now on after getting all this ready 2-1 3 factory start port add-on already on there vulture speed already running off of 1 factory add-on. This is when you add on to 7 fact straight up and without resting tanks or anything. Your 3 factories should always be producing, but then you should be able to get 7 facts up at the same time. So just do it as your gas meets the demand. Yeah, he doesn't know where the observer is.
See, even if Corey goes to play the second.
Oh, what? Oh no, you don't make second shop till later.
그래서 여기서부터 가스 되는 대로 팩이야.
Yeah.
가스 팩 됐지 여러분들.
So every time gas hits 100, you make a factory.
그 다음에 이제 탱크 찍어야 되잖아.
You have to get tanks. You can't risk tanks.
탱크만 찍고 그 다음에 또 100원 될 거 아니야.
Yeah, and then once it 100 gas, 7 factory.
실팩이 돌아가요. 돌아갑니다. XP가 이렇게 많이.
You might ask, oh, how is it possible to run 7 factory off 2 base? TT1. That's because you oversaturate the 2 bases. You never rest SAB until 7 factories are up in this case. The sheer oversaturation on 2 bases allow for this to happen. Make this possible. There is no stop to SAVs.
채워져 있는데.
Yeah,
실패까지.
that's 7 factory. Oh.
먼저 한번 찍어보세요.
He scans. It's fast arbiter.
올리면 그 다음에 투에도
Okay, it's only your second add-on only goes up after 7 factories are up.
얘도 늦게까지 달아주셔야 돼. 그 LCB 한번 더 눌러.
950.
And then after 2 add-on, you have time for 1 more round of SB before you stop. So just 1 more round. Just our final SAB, man. Keep making 2 depots at a time. Poke out with Vulture a little bit.
뭐 해야 될 것 같습니다.
What do you do from now?
때는 팩토리야.
Okay, now the priority now is on vessels. As soon as you get enough gas, vessel.
이제 완성되는 대로 뽑기만 하면 돼. 이게
예.
이래서 초보분들이 쉬운 거예요. 이제.
This is a really good build for noobs because you just do whatever. You just do as the guide says, nothing else. No deviation. You just make stuff as soon as something is done.
봐봐. 앞마당만 먹고 하니까 원래 9시에 먹고 하는 건데 뒷심은 약하더라도 이렇게 진짜 세.
Okay, so you might not have as a strong backup plan, but your 2-1 push will be really strong. So it's a trade-off here.
되지 않을까요?
Normally you'll be busy trying to take your third, trying to have at least factories up as while taking third, being safe. But then in this case, you can just get 2 base.
스트레스 파이라고 하는 거예요. 제가 원래 하던 빌드예요.
So this is an upgrade
이 빌드는
because you're really safe until 2-1. You'll not die as easily doing this build. If you guys keep saying it's not easy, you don't have to use it.
Is he just calling out like the new from the chat?
Yeah, they're like, this is too hard.
자 이제 배틀 깨졌으면 계속 생산지대 갖춰주세요. 계속
Keep making stuff.
불편할 때 그냥 내보내주세요. 불편하게 내보내주세요. 강의할 때는
Just get out if you're so dissatisfied with this. Just
Yeah,
leave.
People are really questioning Flash.
Yeah, they're like going question mark, what is this? You said it was easy. This is hard.
불편하게 그냥 내보내주세요. 대강이 안
All the moderators just kick them out.
내보내주세요. 불편해
Naga.
자 계속 칠팩에서 이제 돌려주세요.
Keep making stuff off 7 fact. You have 1 vessel right now. So but then you have to make 2 vessels before you get anything else.
필요 없어요. 돈만 따라가시면 돼요.
As in the upgrade, the EMP upgrade. 2 vessel and then EMP. Your 2 factories with that on should be going at all times. You should be making 2 vessels. Everything is vultures.
그 비율이 아니라 제가 말한 이 비율에 돈을 따라가시면 돼요. 돈.
Okay, I have something to add here. So remember when Nada did this build against, and when he qualified for ASL that one time? What Flash was saying a lot when he saw Nada doing this build is that there should never be a single time where your factory lights aren't blinking. For every time that it's not, it's exponentially weaker, the push. Every unit matters.
Okay.
So Nada wasn't able to like fully get his factories pumping. Because this build, you don't prepare against recall. The meta for Korean TvP is instead of preparing for recall, you just go, but you attack faster before recall hits. Keep making stuff on 2 fact.
소멸대를 찍어도 되고 여기 선택이야. 여기서 EMP를 해도 돼. 여러분들.
There's another choice here, like, say this guy goes fast arbiter, then you can cancel your vessel and get faster EMP upgrade. So this guy went like faster arbiter tech, right? So what Flash did here was like pull forward the EMP timing a bit. Because normally you get 2 vessel EMP, right? That's in that order. But then now it's vessel EMP vessel.
간단한 얘기를 해드리고 싶어요. 아비터가 좀 느리면 뱃살 한 마리 데리고 가도 되고 요즘에 한 마리만.
Yeah. So if the arbiter is a little slower, you can get 2 vessel, 1 and then EMP. But in this case, little faster arbiter. So
200이죠? 202던이죠?
so this is the army that you're gonna push out with. So you're 12 minutes, 172 supply. So and then people are like, how can you win against TOS with only on 2 bases? And there he's like, you guys see me beat all the pro gamers with this build? White question. Go. Yeah, just keep producing. There's also another choice. You can just cancel the second vessel and get 3-2. I forgot to mention that. So there's 3 options: 2 vessel, EMP, vessel, EMP, vessel, or vessel, EMP, and 3-2.
What about in 3-2? That like take a third?
Yeah, third. So just because your first push dies doesn't mean it's over. You hold up on 2 base eco on 3 bases and go out one more time at 3-2. In his case, instead of getting third, he's gonna get 3-2 before. Serious, you'll never lose a fight in this time with this build. You know, except if you're me. He said anyone though. So if you guys have any doubts, don't have any doubts, cause just believe in my build. You'll never lose in this first fight with this build. It's impossible.
You just be calm and you automatically.
You just be calm, man. Just be calm and you win.
그러니까. 못 싸우진 않았어.
I mean, even though he traded relatively poorly there, it's not doesn't mean that he fought that badly. You keep pushing now.
자, 상역 돌리고 트리플.
3-2 third. Keep rallying the units across the map. Easy.
내가 정세에서 이긴 거죠. 예, 제가 정세에서 이기고 여러분들한테 저처럼 따라하는
Okay, so people are now complaining how this guy is not pro gamer, and then he only won because he was Flash. Then he's like, yeah, of course, but you have to play by your score, by your skill, MMR, you know?
Are they saying he's 2000 and more?
Yeah, he's over 2000. The guy's still, the opponent's still over 2000.
이게 항상 얘기하지만 강해달라는 분들도 많아서 해주는 것도 있지만 여러분들이
So he probably has like 4 basic.
Calling out the haters, man.
Is it toss response to get 4 base really cool?
No. Toss response is to stay on 3 base. Toss response is if you get 4 base, you have to, like, you're gonna have a hard time blocking this build. You have to hold up on 3 base, get 200, and then get 4th. And you block this using Storm. That's the counter to this build. Yeah, Storm 200, fast 200. And but then even then, if it's Flash, you know, you still lose.
근데 워낙 많기 때문에 해드리는 거예요.
Any other Terrans use this build?
Every single Terran uses this build for 2 months until the tosses figured it out with optimized storm timings. But for a while, like TvP kind of looked bullshit because, you know, like all the lesser per se Terran streamers were destroying higher Protoss with this build. Like Jerry J was destroy Snow, you know, remember that?
내일 분명히 올라올 거야. 영원히.
Yeah, I remember that. KSL.
Yeah.
해보시면 알아요. 무조건 올라옵니다. 내일 무조건 올라옵니다. 그러니.
Did Flash design this guy to basically optimize it? And he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. He credits Sack for coming up with similar idea, but he's the one who optimized it to point where you can put 7 factories off of 2 base instead of 5.
그래서 그거지. 어떻게 2루까지 가는 게 문제였는데 2루 훨씬 쉽게 가시는데 나이스 이거죠.
He's just saying that like the haters are like, why use this over 3 base? He's saying that you get 2-1 faster, you get your army out faster, you have all the army strengths of 2-1, 3 base timing for 2 base, which is safer.
한시를 먹어봤자
See, this guy took his first.
진짜 많이 먹.
Yeah, even if you took fast 4 space at the starting, doesn't matter because you pushed us so fast that he's not able to get the gateway concept.
여기까지 먹고 있는데
Yeah. As soon as you get to the Protoss natural, it's over.
본진 잡으면 끝나요. 이 자체가 빠르기 때문에
What?
Full screen the VOD on your screen to be able to
Oh, there's no full screen option here.
just double click the center.
Oh. Oh. I didn't know.
빠르기 때문에
Someone keeps pausing.
No one else can control it.
What's happening? What the fuck?
There you go.
Huh?
Only you can control it.
Really?
Yeah,
Alright.
I tried to pause it.
Oh, okay then. I'm blaming some bogeyman then.
Just no, when I click it, just pause it.
Why did it pause when I full screened?
Yes,
Fucking shit site, man. Okay, so he's saying the solution to this. You have to be able to
함정에 신경 안 써도 돼요, 여러분들. 함정이 먹은 책은 안
you have to be able to control your economy and get stormed. That's the counter to it.
Toss it.
So you can't get too greedy.
에 올라갈 거예요, 이거.
Dude, what did the Protoss say in chat?
Oh, can you play one more time as a Zerg off race? And he said no. And he said no. Flash just said no and just went off.
He knows it's Flash though, right?
Yeah, it's like come in any go through viewers, you know?
Oh, desperate for a new game.
Yeah, this guy is A rank Terran guy trying this build out. Clearly he has
Oh, it's just that other guy you talked about.
yeah, the 2K Terran on Korean.
That's the Flash.
He looks at all the Korean VODs, Flash VODs, and then put it to death. So this is the look. He has this try hard little essay written out for this. So introduction. So this build came out because Flash Senpai, you know, Flash came out with this blockchain because you're not able to get third. So I assume that you guys all saw Flash this guide. Any extra tip? I made this video because for any extra little tidbits that Flash did leave out for the general guide. So it's better to know the build as a whole concept and why you do this rather than just simply knowing the build order and how to and what to do in late game situations when with this build instead of just following a build robotically. It's a detailed breakdown. So there's a couple other comparable ones. Academy Armory, fast third. 2 base 4 to 6 fact timing. I mean yeah, it's +2 4 to 6 fact timing. Yeah, those are the different variations of this build. They're very similar. So with this build, it's very similar to Academy Armory concept. And also 2 base, +2 5 factory. So yeah, you only have 2, but then you only have 2 scans to use, and you also run out of minerals faster in your bases because you oversaturate. And let's see, after 2-1, you have 3 choices: 2 vessel, 3 command centers, or 3-2. So third base, 2 vessel, or 3-2. So, but you have to only pick one out of these 3 because you don't have enough resources of maximum saturated 2 base to get all these at once. So pros and cons. Pros. So holy shit, the quality is so low. Right to max screen. So Protoss is not able to take their other starting base unless they want to die. There's no need to get third, and less APM needed than 3 base builds. Yeah, but basically I'll link the original one, Flash build one. I mean, first reason why you do this build is because this build looks very similar to all the builds. Academy Armory, the +2 timings, 7 fast builds, it all looks the same when the Observer first gets in. So after you cut the Observer, the Protoss has no idea what you're doing. until, you know, later. But you're gonna keep scanning to cut off the observers.
그것만
So this is a very strong, like, mind game.
이영호님이 해보니까 뭐더라? 요거 안 나오니까
Blah blah blah.
어쨌든 힘들게 먹어야 되죠. 동남시고 하면 픽셀 다시 찍기 해도 굉장히 빡세요.
Oh yeah, the really bad part about this, though, the cons. Every vessel you make is precious. You cannot lose vessels with this build. You're not going to be able to get more vessels after 2 because you only have 2 gases.
가스가 없어요. 그리고 픽스 입장에서 해법은 스톰입니다.
So Storm is a counter to this build.
왜 스톰이 해법이냐면 아비터를 가기에는 아비터가 타이밍이 좀 늦고
So if say Protoss goes fast Arbiter, this hits before the Arbiter has any significant things to use cast, and also you have EMP. But then if Protoss goes Storm and putting them in the shuttle, there's no way for you to deal with it.
아비터 가는 게 굉장히 비싸고 스타게이트라든가 아비터 트리블러 우리에는 값을 넥서스를 지으면서 그냥 타이밍을
Yeah, instead of going Arbiter, Terminal, Stargate, and all that, TOS can just max out on on the bases and get Force and get Storm rather than waste tons of resources investing into Arbiters that are not likely to do anything.
스톤 하이템플을 붙이면서 멀티를 가는 게
Yeah, counter is to get Arbiter and skip Arbiter and go get Force. Like how Luke plays, you know?
그리고 일꾼이 많게 되죠. 여기다가 스톰 견제를 가지고 와고 그러면
Another bad thing. Say you have tons. You oversaturate on 2 base with this build, right? Say there's a storm drop, that's instant GG. Another con. So storm is a weakness,
이영호님은
And-
주식이 부족하지 않다고 하는데 확실히 탱크 빌드보다는 탱크를
and you kind of have no back out after when you commit to this build, because your third is really late.
먹고 한 방을 모아서 나가는 그런 아무튼 그래서 첫 진출 때 무조건
So some tips with this build, you have to push all the way to the main. You don't bother breaking other bases. You just push to natural, go straight to main, and then deal with the other expansions later. You break the main first.
무조건 패스 멀티 최소한 하나
And another tip is you get 2 vessel, 3-2, and then third. Because your third will be quite exposed, you know, because all your stuff is committed to the push, so it's better to get all those essential stuff first, like 2 vessels, 3-2, and then before getting third. And during the push, you might want to have SCB already there at third, because by the time you float your third over, you're gonna run out of minerals at main. So you want to build at third and then push out.
하나를 껴야 되고 본진 2층에다가 게이트 늘려야 되는데 파스타트 자체가 늦어요.
So this directly counters fast arbiter with on 3 base, 4 base arbiter. If you see it fast enough, like if you scan and you determine you can push, you're on 7 factory production. You can push out earlier than 3-2 to kill people if they're getting really greedy with 4 bases with arbiter. Or if they go really fast arbiter on 3 base, like 2.0 will come out before your vessels out, that gives a huge timing window for you to push out, because you know he invested on arbiter so early.
안 넣는 게 타이밍 자신 있는 분들은 설명하기가 좀 힘든 것 같긴 해요.
Most time people go bunker, 2 marine bunker command center. I think because of the Zilla first, that's been really popular lately because of the response to bunker opener. So a lot of protos on even pros go Zealot first nowadays because of the bunker opener build. So So Flash adopted by going bunker, 2 Marine bunker command center, canceling 3rd Marine, instead of just holding on with 3 Marines. Well, this guy's doing the Academy Armory style, which it's the same thing as Academy Armory build. You know, Academy after first tank, second armory after second tank, and second factory and gas at the same time. That's the Academy Armory. It's safer against shuttle builds, because instead of defending purely with your units, you can defend shuttle using Goliath. Easier on the hand. Yeah, 4 tanks and then siege. This one you delay siege. The bunker opener, strength, delay siege. He has 4 in the gas because it's low spawn, you know. Any more tips? You get vultures only after you get your Goliath count up. Even Flash does the same thing. Academy Armory style, it's the whole point to rush 4 Goliaths and tanks and while delaying siege. You get vulture only after you get your minimum required Goliaths. If they go observer, no reaver, you get 2 Goliaths. If they go reaver, you get 4 Goliaths. If you don't feel safe anyway, regardless, you go 4 Goliaths. Yeah? So even if the opponent doesn't go Arbiter, just get Vessel, defensive, or EMP on High Templars will come really handy. Yeah, keep building. After 7 factory is the timing for you to build 2 supply depot constantly. So this Protoss is getting his force space really slowly in response to this build. No need for him to go extra vessels because Arbiter is late, I guess. 3-2 before second vessel. And then 3rd after. Yeah, he pushes out and then gets 3rd while he's pushing out. Just don't skip the owning army part. He's dead.
Skip the first push on 14.
Okay, fine. EMP. Wait, when the fuck did he attack? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so he's laced some mines. He sees them coming, he sieges. Oh no, Protoss is dead. When I do it, I die. Defensive into the frontal tank. And you have a dead Protoss. I don't know how to fight like this. Yeah. What? A what tank? Hey, look, deep teeth. That guy's getting desperate.
you have so much oversaturation, you don't need to build any more SPs. You just transfer like.
Yeah, just transfer.
You didn't read my keys yet. Let's see.
Oh, what a noob. He's sieging over mines, man. But it doesn't matter. No siege. No need.
How fast will TvP finish? Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, Flash called it 15-minute cut build. You're supposed to end the game by 15 minutes. So you push all the way to the natural. Oh, you push all the way to Protoss natural.
Yeah.
But then in Circuit Breaker, you can break 2 base at the same time. So why bother? But in any other map, you don't skip going to third. You go straight to natural, straight to main. Don't give Protoss time to like re-macro back up. Just kill the Bane, deal with the other mining bases later. Yeah, that's it.
GG, that's good guy.
Good stuff. Terran has all the best guys, man.
Yeah, you even have a guy making guide for Flash guy.
Guide making guide. You even have, yeah, because Flash doesn't explain everything, so you have a guy making guide for the guide for the guide.
Guide. Translation for guide. Guide.
Guy exception, man. But then meanwhile, Zerg, Protoss, it's like, oh, we keep everything private, and then you buy them, and then it's shit.
How much does he even charge me?
Best charges $20 per guide pack.
Do you have like 1 pack, 2 packs?
Best?
Yeah.
He has list of videos. Chava should know about it. Ask Chava. He has access to best guides, I think, for some reason.
Yeah.
That's how Armada gave it to me, but it's bad.
Dude, let's watch one of those Korean videos and then we have
This guy's
sake and
mukbang, man.
dead chicken, dead rooster.
No, that's